This is super bright at night. It's almost blinding. This is all broken, falling off, rattles, looks bad. This cubby here is pretty useless. So today, hopefully we can fix all of those things. All right, before we get too far in this video, I wanted to quickly show you what I came up with. These are the gauge plates I came up with. They are powder coated. They've got my little logo on them, and they hold 3 52mm gauge pods. No drilling, no modification required. They go right in, and they are available for $50 free shipping on my website, tomlinperformance.com. It's linked below. Now enjoy the video. All right, first things first, I need a measurement of the size of these gauges. Looks like it's about just shy of 52mm. Now I'm going to start with a cardboard template and just kind of cut it out until I can get it to fit in here a way I'm happy, and I'll use measurements for that to make the first prototype cut out on the table. All right, so I got a template kind of cut out that I'm pretty happy with, and now I need to figure out how I want to organize the gauges on there. I kind of want to keep them in line 3, just like that, so there'll just be another 3, but I don't think it's quite big enough to comfortably fit 3, so I think they're gonna have to be like offset some. So I'll probably end up doing like 1 in the middle, 2 up here, or 1 up top and 2 down here. All right, it looks like it's gonna be really close. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and get into CAD and draw it up in CAD to see if those will fit, and if not, we can revisit it. I think that's a little bit better than some crude cardboard cutouts. So I just got a quick drawing done on this gauge plate, and it looks like we're going to be able to fit all 3 gauges on there just fine. Right now, here's the orientation I have them in. This size will be the cutout. The actual, let's see here, the actual bezel that it'll cover, because of the plastic around it, is just a hair bigger, so it'll cover about that much, which will still fit. But for the gauge pod to actually fit in there, we want to cut out a hole this big. And then I thought about cutting out the Tomlin Performance logo right here, but I actually think I'm going to use some logo plates that I've already got made for my oil coolers. And if I don't like the look of that, then we'll cut out the logo here. But so I'm going to make a cut profile for this, and then we'll be able to generate a G-code to plug into the plasma table and cut out our first prototype. Yeah, all right, first prototype's ready for fit up real quick. We'll see if we have to make any modifications. All right, it fits in there, but I definitely want to change a little bit up. First off, I totally forgot that we couldn't go all the way to the edges when I was drawing that up in CAD, so we're gonna have to squeeze these guys in just a little bit on the sides. Height looks pretty good, but we've definitely got a lot more room to fill on both corners there. This taper here, I made that upside down. It needs to taper up and outwards instead of up and in like I did. We'll make those slight adjustments and cut out another one. I also have this trashed gauge laying around, and that fit in like really nice, really snug. It's not like coming out or anything. So I think the whole size is right where it needs to be. All right, I got that new program created with all of the dimension changes, and got it loaded into the program. We're about to cut out V2. All right, let's see how this one fits. Oh, might be a little too big. That's tight for sure. All right, so this slanted part here is a little too aggressive. It comes out too much. so it doesn't want to sit all the way down, and I had to kind of force it in. So we'll have to make that just a little bit smaller, but other than that, it looks pretty good. I forgot to adjust up here, bringing that and this out closer to the edge there. So we'll adjust that and that. And then I think I want to move the 2 bottom holes up because they're very close to the bottom, but they do sit inside of this like plastic piece here. So that's all good. All right, so with that logo plate, it looks like there's barely room there. I think with the bezels around the gauges, I think it'll end up touching that, and there's really no room to move the holes over any. So I'm not sure. We're gonna have to put some gauges in and see how close that gets. We may end up just cutting out the TP part. All right, this should be the one. All right, it's definitely looking better. We've got like the gaps up here addressed, but it's still a little snug and not quite sitting down at the bottom because it's tight on the sides. Yeah, so moving these circles up brought the widest part a little bit closer to the top, where the corner of this tag here already bends in a little bit. So now we might be able to squeeze that logo in with some gauges. I'm gonna have to pop in some gauges just to see how far the bezel sticks out around the outside of that, but we might get away with that. Now we just gotta shrink this up just a little bit more. All right, attempt number 4 just came off the table. Got it cleaned up a little bit. And that looks good. It goes right in. Didn't have any problems. We've got maybe a little bit of play, but that's nothing I'm concerned about. We don't want it like super tight that it's scratching stuff up and whatever. So that looks pretty good. I'll probably paint that, put my logo on it, see how I like it, see if there's any other changes I want to make, and then we'll get my gauges thrown in here as well. All right, so there's a rough first look. It's just got some spray paint, and the gauges aren't sitting in there straight, and I don't have them wired yet. I just wanted to see what it looked like in there. Now I get to the point where I'll get material ordered in to produce the first batch of these, get some packing for them so I can ship them. Once we get those produced, powder coated, and all ready, they'll go live on my website. All right, just got the first 3 official pieces done. They're in powder coat, they're black, they've got the logo on them, so these are pretty much ready to ship out. And the last piece of the puzzle was getting some packing in. Just got these little bubble wrap envelopes to stick them in and ship them out. So these are ready to go live on the website. I would show you what it looks like installed on the car, but we don't have the Z right now. The vet is back in the shop right now, hoping to get some stuff done with that. So unfortunately you won't get a total final look of it. I mean, it's pretty much the same as what I had in mind. It's just these are gloss powder coat, so they just look a little more done. I plan to make some more videos like this of kind of showing how and what I do for all the parts that are available on Tomlin Performance website, so that when people buy them, you know, they can kind of see what goes on and what all goes into it. It's kind of a way to kind of stay connected with customers, and then also I assume people with vets and Zs and whatever, that's why they're on my channel. That's how they found my channel, is because they're watching videos about cars that they own. So it's also a good way to be able to reach the customer base and show you what, you know, parts I have to offer. And I think everything we've got is really affordable, especially compared to everything else on the market. So yeah, Tomlin Performance website's always up. Always feel free to check that out. Continue to add more stuff to it. And if there's any requests for stuff that you guys want to see, we got a lot of capabilities and a lot of things we can make. So if there's anything that needs done, we can make that happen. So thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. It means the world. And we will catch you in the next one.